Hi guys, I'm back again to the third installment of our sales session, and today I'll be addressing one reason I think most people don't like being salespeople, and I think that is goals, targets, so measurements and KPIs. I'll talk about the KPIs and the metrics we normally measure. I think if you're aware of that, then it takes the pressure for the goal because you can track yourself and determine when you have to up your game or where this is going well, keep the flow. So let's talk about KPIs and metrics. I think it was Peter Drucker that said that what you don't measure, it doesn't really, you can't improve what you don't measure. So if you can measure it, and especially with the access to tools and all, then you can track your progress. So let's start by, I spoke the last time about, in the team structure, we would have a supervisor or a team manager who would normally track some of these metrics. When you have the daily huddles or your weekly meetings with your managers, these are the metrics they will be talking about, and that's how they track and assess your performance. So that's normally the case. But the salespeople also have access to those metrics. At least in most organizations I've worked with, there will be a dashboard where you could track them. I said some of them are performance based, some of them are operational, but I would like to segment some of those KPIs to top of the funnel and bottom of the funnel, because top of the funnel KPIs are mostly KPIs we would use to track BDRs and SDRs. Watch the earlier video if you don't know what I'm talking about. So sales development reps, business development reps. Then the bottom of the funnel, which is now closing the deals, is what we use to track the account executive. So those ones will be more sales towards the revenue side and growth side, while the top of the funnel is towards the prospecting side. So let's talk about I have some notes here. Some of the top of the funnel KPIs. Now, it's more prospecting we are looking at leads. So it's normally, in terms of number of outreaches, number of your quality leads per month, quality leads run rate. So we are looking at your ability to create those leads and your run rate in creating them. We're looking at things like number of calls per win. How many calls did you have to make to get that to a win or get that client to a prospect? And these are normally top of the funnel types of KPIs. Don't worry, I'll put an infographics at the end that would explain some of these KPIs. We're going techie. Then we have the bottom of the funnel metrics that we also track. This is more towards the account executives, the account managers, and this is really about that closing of the deals. So we have things like the customer lifetime value, which is very important. So the lifetime of the customer with you, how long are they going to spend? So think, for example, if you close the deal, the client signed a 2-year contract with you, and there's a monthly subscription fee of say $200. So $200 per month over 2-year deal, over 2 years. That gives you an idea. So that's your customer lifetime value. But apart from customer lifetime value, there's something really important I even like to track when I manage salespeople, is the client satisfaction. Really important, CSAT, because I think it's a reflection of how the client really sees you. Are they happy the way you're working with them? So client satisfaction is really important. We normally will send surveys and stuff, and the clients will give us response. That's how you actually qualify that KPI. There is even a subset of it called the NPS. So not just the client is happy. How, on a rating of 1 to 10, are they happy to refer you to somebody else? So that's your client becoming an evangelist, an ambassador of your product. You really want to track that, because that shows that the client is so happy that on their own they would refer other people or speak highly of your work, that you would get growth from just that client. So that's a good one to track. Customer interaction. I don't like tracking customer interaction for my advanced sales teams or my experienced hires, because I feel like I want to see the final outcome. Customer interaction is like how many emails, how many calls per month, per week. They actually have to even log it into the system, then you track it. But I would do that for the new hires, because you're trying to see how they're managing their pipeline. But for the experienced hires, I wouldn't do that. Growth is another one, organic growth. So in organic growth or growth, we're looking at things like upsells, cross sales, and renewals. Upsells, How many upsells can you do per client? So even though you've closed the initial contract, can you upsell to sell them other things irrespective of the main contract they signed? Oh, I know you did this, but engaging with you, I find that you might need this of our services or this product we have. Cross sell. Most people that really bought this also buy this. This and this go together. So you bought this, maybe you need this. Renewal, not just the 2-year contract, you wash your hands, they're off. Engaging with the client, making sure they're satisfied will ensure that they renew. And that's why another metric is important, churn rate, because churn rate looks at how many clients did not renew or canceled. Now, it's aware that you know these things because it will help you pick out when there are issues. If there's a high churn rate, it's either there's a misalignment with the product and solution, clients are not happy, they're canceling, or maybe the salesperson, you're not engaging enough, or the competition is in town and people are churning to competition. So you want to track these metrics because it helps you even as a salesperson. So I hope this really helps. I'm really trying to make sure that I can address some of your questions. But if you have other topics in mind, in sales you want me to talk about, drop them in the comment box below. And happy to help you in any way if you're on this sales journey. Hope you had a great time. Talk to you later. 6